Hey guys, so in today's video, I thought that I would take the time to respond to a comment that was recently left. And I don't have the comment in front of me, but I do remember the gist of it. So I am just going to um, talk about the gist of it. And I won't be able to tell you what video this was on because I don't remember off the top of my head. But I've been thinking about this since yesterday. And so the person asked, what is the highest grade level you can work with as a paraprofessional? And so I think that it honestly depends on the setting that you work in. So at the school that I worked at, the grade levels were K through 12. Although I worked in ECSE, which is early childhood special education. So we worked with kids anywhere from 3 years old to like 12th grade, not in ECSE. So I just mean like as a school, we had a preschool program, but we also had ECSE. So we went down to kids as young as 3 years old. So any of those grades you would be able to work with as a paraprofessional. It's not necessarily like in the state of Michigan, which is where I worked as a paraprofessional. I did not need a license or certification in order to do that work. I just did on-the-job training, and I didn't really get a whole lot of on-the-job training, if I'm being honest. So there's that, but I don't know if there's paraprofessionals like on the collegiate level at college or university, but I would imagine if there's somebody who wants to take college courses who might benefit from having a paraprofessional, whether they help with physical things, like say, for example, the person has a physical disability and they need help with certain things, they might have a paraprofessional in order to help with those tasks and not necessarily like helping them learn materials, or they might be on the spectrum and need additional services. I don't really know. It depends on the person. But I know for sure that anywhere from, like I said, that ECSE age range all the way through like 12th grade where they graduate from high school, those have been included in the special education program at the school that I worked at. Now, I will tell you, it is going to depend, like requirements for being a paraprofessional. Those are going to vary from location to location, state to state. I don't really know anything about the regulations in other states or other countries. I don't know if they call them the same thing in other countries, but the paraprofessionals at the school that I worked at, we had a few different types. So we had special education, which was like general. We had people who had one-to-one students, which I technically was a 2-to-1 student. So I had 2 one-to-ones. But the one, she was kind of like, she could really do things on her own. For the most part, she just kind of needed some help with reminders of, this is what you're supposed to be doing right now, or, stuff like that. It wasn't like you had to be with her the entire time. While the other student that I worked with was an actual one-to-one and she needed that extra support. There were also paraprofessionals who helped in entire classrooms. So they would help throughout that whole classroom with whatever students were in the room. There were, I think, 1 or 2 of them. There was at least one of them that did that. But I feel like there was at least 2 of them. I can't remember if the other one was a one-to-one or if she just kind of helped everybody else in that classroom as well. So that's why I said there was at least one of them. We also had an OT para. So at the time that I worked, it was still when COVID was a little, like it was affecting the education system still in my local area. And the occupational therapy department, we didn't have occupational therapists that actually came to the school. So we had an OT para who would sit in the occupational therapy room while the kids were on like a Zoom call basically with the occupational therapist. And that paraprofessional would actually help the kids go through like whatever exercises or activities that the OT, occupational therapist, wanted the children to do. So that para was specific to helping them get through their occupational therapy sessions. And I don't really know if that was more because we just didn't have anybody who could actually come on site to do it. I don't know if they're still doing that position at the school because I haven't really looked at their job listings lately. But there are things like that as well. It just kind of depends, like I said, on the location and kind of what's going on, what the needs are in your local school system. There is a mosquito in here, so it's going to bug me now. Anyways, sorry. But those are kind of the types that we had there. Like I said, one-to-ones, general classroom paras. And when I say general classroom paras, I don't mean that they were in like a regular classroom. I mean like they were in one of our special education classrooms. I'm watching this mosquito. There, I got it. I don't mean like they were in a general education classroom. They were in a special education classroom helping students in a special education classroom. But when I say general education, I mean like they're not working with just one specific student. They're working with the students in the entire classroom, if that makes sense. And then, of course, we had the OT para. So yeah, anyways, I just thought that that would be helpful. I know that bigger school systems have a lot more options as far as special education paraprofessionals and just paraprofessionals in general, because paraprofessionals are not just used in special education. They are sometimes used in general education classrooms as well. I know when I went to school, we had a couple of paras who just kind of floated in different classrooms, and they would help whatever student, like they would explain things. They would help us grasp different concepts and things like that, even if we weren't using or utilizing special education services. So anyways, I just thought that I would share that with you. I hope that was helpful. I am going to get ready to go into work because it is 7-Eleven and I am parked at work right now. You guys know, if you watch any of my videos, I go into work at 7:15. My actual start time this morning is 7:30, but I will go in at 7:15 so that I can get clocked in. And I'm only working in the sleep center from 7:30 until noon, and then from noon until 4:30 I am working with our new orthopedic doctor. So I had to make sure to bring my stethoscope today because I'm actually covering this afternoon in our second floor clinic, which houses like all of our more specialized doctors that aren't here all the time, but they come on a regular basis, so they don't go to our specialty clinic. So like we have cardiology, we have pediatrics, we have our pulmonology and sleep doctors are over there. We have orthopedics now. This is his first day. And for this particular orthopedic doctor. And then we have one who specializes in like feet, and he's not a podiatrist, but he does ortho for like feet and ankles. And then we have a couple of general surgeons over there as well, and a dermatologist. So anyways, there's that. But I am going to get going. Like I said, it is now 7:12. I actually have to do lab work today also, so that should be fun. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, if you have any other questions, I would be happy to address them. And yes, I will talk to you guys next time.